Hello, my fellow Game Warriors. My name is the Game Warrior, and I do want to start off this video right off the bat by saying that I am not going to be posting another video until sometime this coming Wednesday or Thursday. As you all should know, for those of you that watched my last two videos, I have just graduated high school, went through the graduation ceremony yesterday. Today, here in about 2 hours, I'm going to be going down to Memphis to see a Paul McCartney concert, which should be a great time for me. And I'm going to spend the next couple of days down there. So I will not be back till Wednesday, so hopefully then I'll be able to post a video on here talking about Call of Duty Ghosts, and another video about me talking about my graduation. But for today, guys, I have another topic to talk about. I am fairly confident that by now most people are aware that the new Xbox One is going to have some things that people are not going to like about it. There's always something with a console people are not going to like about it. But one thing in particular is going to be that Xbox One is not going to be able to have trade-in games. Now, so far, the main details about the Xbox One that people are upset about has been that it is not going to be backwards compatible, which means, or compatible, I'm not for sure how to say the word, but compatible or something. And what that basically means is that your Xbox 360 games are not going to be able to play on the Xbox One. So if you want to go back in and play Modern Warfare 3 and go back in and play your Halo or any other game that you have, you are going to have to be playing it on your Xbox 360. Now, this is really upsetting to quite a few different people, to me as well, because when I'm buying a new console, it is going to be the only thing on that shelf. Xbox One has really tried to dedicate itself to be this system, to be the all-in-one entertainment system. It is supposed to be the thing that is in your HDMI port 1, and they're talking about how this is going to be the revolutionary thing. It's going to be the only thing you have to have for TV, for games, for movies, for everything. But you can't play the last games on it, which are some of my favorite games. I would say for the first year in Xbox One, the first year as a new console comes out, there are not a lot of games for it. So people have to play games from their Xbox 360. It is what people do. And so people will surprisingly, up to them, and I'm sure they will find this out once it happens, will not be playing the Xbox One and the one game they have on that. They will go back to their 360 or to their PS3 or whatever other console they have and play on it. I think not being backwards compatible, they made some excuse for it, but for a console that's 4 years in the making, when they're vying to be your one console that you need, and that's why it's called the Xbox One, to be the one device that you need to use, to not be able to play the games on their previous system, which is supposed to be ancient now, is just really a dumb move by Microsoft and by Xbox One, or by the people at Xbox, in my opinion. And now we go into the second thing in which Xbox One is really making a big mistake with, in my opinion. And that is on the issue of used games, unused and traded in games. And that is basically, from everything that is being read so far, from the releases from Microsoft themselves, used games is not going to be like they were in the past. This here on your screen right now should be an article from Yahoo and from talking about GameStop, announcing that GameStop saw its stock take a mighty tumble after Microsoft's Xbox One was announced earlier this week. Now, this article, what it goes on to say is that the deal would, GameStop and trading companies and Microsoft made a deal that publishers and Microsoft itself would get a cut of the lucrative used game market, which basically means that used games are still going to happen. You will be able to have used games, but now GameStop or the game trade-in stores are not going to have as much as before. They're not going to make as much money from it, which means it's hurting the used game company. But as of right now, it is unsure how it will hurt you. With actually going to GameStop, giving them a traded in game. What it will probably end up meaning is when you go to GameStop now, because GameStop is making less money, they're going to offer you even less for the game than you do right now. And to be honest, when you take in a brand new game that you bought 2 weeks ago, played it for the campaign, and want to trade it in now, you're going to be taking a $20 hit now, and plan for that to go up, because you're going to be taking quite a hit now if you just wanted to buy the game for the campaign. Expecting to get $40 in the past, now you're only going to get $20 back now, so they can make their money back. But this here, also in this article, says that under this plan, retailers, which would be GameStop or the other trade-in stores, would be forced to integrate Microsoft cloud-based pre-owned system into their catalog. Once a game is traded in, GameStop will enter it into the cloud, and the previous owner will see it erased from his or her Xbox One account, since games will be installed on the system's hard drive. Now, what that means is that all of your game data is going to be erased. Now, for people, the achievements would stay, because the achievements always stay even if you delete your game from your memory or hard drive on the Xbox 360, so I would assume that would carry over. But now what that means is, for the GameStop people, it's not that big of a deal, because usually when you trade in a game for money, you're never going to want that game again because you traded it. But what that means is, for your buddy John, who lives across the street, say you've been playing Call of Duty Ghosts for the past 3 weeks or so. You're having a really fun time with it. Your buddy John doesn't have enough money to go out and buy it himself. And you are going on vacation next week. You're going to be gone for 4 or 5 days. You decide, well, I'm going to give this to John and he can play it. You can't do it anymore, because from the sounds of this, as soon as John puts that game into his Xbox, what will happen? What will happen is all of the files on your account will be erased. So in the end, everything that happens is, if he goes to borrow your game, in the past, he would take it, he'd put it in, he'd get his own account for it, and it'd work. And it worked perfectly, flawlessly, nothing happens to your game. But now, if your buddy John borrows your game, when you get it back, you have to start over. And the second you install that game again, he loses everything he got. So what Microsoft has done, what Xbox One has done, has single-handedly ruined the chances for their system, unless they really change this around. Because for me, if there is a game that I see, and my friends are all playing it, and I haven't really heard a lot about it, but they're saying it's really fun, I will take it from them, I will play it for 2 or 3 days, and if I enjoy the game, I'll go out and I'll buy it, and I'll play it for myself, and I'll play it with them on multiplayer and everything else. And if I don't enjoy it, I'll give it back to my friend, and I'll never play it again. But with this, they are forcing people to live by their code. They're forcing people to say, once you buy that game, it is your game, it can be no one else's, period, end of story. You can't trade it out. The only way your friend can play this game is if they come over and play it on their own. Which, on the PS4, with their share button, I guess that would work, but the Xbox hasn't said they have a share button. They won't be able to play on each other's consoles. So with all of this being said and done, Xbox One has really shot themselves in the foot. Not being able to play Xbox 360 games and not being able to trade in games in general is just a big mistake. Xbox One is definitely going to be hurt because of this into the future, when people are looking to buy the PS4 or the Xbox One. And I'm not going to lie, even though I have been playing Xbox One for the longest time now, I do see myself playing PS4. To me, the whole console wars right now, currently as they stand, I think the 360 is better than the PS3. I have to pay for it, I have to do a whole lot of things, but I like the 360 because my friends have it, my friends have mostly 360, so I like it because of that. I do like the controller better. I like it because of that, and it does seem suited for gamers. The PS3 is good for graphics. It's good for the Blu-ray. It's good for a lot of different things. But for 360, it's good for party connectivity and other stuff. So I like it. But looking into the future, I could possibly see myself right now as the statistics and the data and everything is out right now. I'm buying a PS4 more than I would an Xbox One. And that's just what I think about that. You guys, I may think something different. If you have any thoughts of your own, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I need as many thoughts and feedback as I can from this. What are your thoughts? Do you care if traded in games are not allowed? Do you care if you can't let your buddy borrow your game? Or, whatever. Do you care that GameStop's getting hurt? Personally, I don't. But it's going to suck because they're going to take it out of our pocket instead of theirs. GameStop will not lose money off of this. The consumer will. And Xbox One knows that too, but they don't care. They just want to line their own pockets in the process. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts for now. My name is Game Warrior. Be sure you comment, rate, subscribe. But most importantly, I hope each and every one of you have a very good day.